Hello everyone, welcome back to Shady Movie Reviews. My name is Austin Shade, and today we're going to be reviewing Detective Pikachu. So, I know Detective Pikachu has been out for a couple weeks, but it's also the last movie I've seen in the last couple weeks, so let's just get right to it. So, the movie Detective Pikachu is about a kid named Tim Goodman, and it stars him, and he plays how do I say this, a very annoying character, and he stumbles upon this Pikachu after his dad has gone missing, and they kind of just go on this adventure together. And I gotta say, that's pretty much just the basis of the whole movie. I gotta say, in my honest opinion, that I was really excited to see this film. And I think it's kind of crazy to think of how much I love movies and to think that maybe my first review might not be a positive one necessarily. But Detective Pikachu was something I was really excited for because I grew up in Pokemon. A lot of us did. A lot of people my age. Pokemon was a part of a lot of our childhoods. The TV shows, the games, a lot of things. And one of the things that's great about Pokemon is the stories, the following the legendary Pokemon, following the characters they developed over the years, like Ash Ketchum, all this stuff. And the thing that's very disappointing about Detective Pikachu is the fact that when you hear about them making a Pokemon movie, which by the way, this movie, Detective Pikachu, was directed by Rob Letterman, which I've heard he's a good director. I haven't seen too much of his work. And it was also made by Warner Brothers, which might explain some difficulties. But my problem with it is that if you were going to greenlit a Pokemon movie, there is so many things from the TV lore and the movies and the games that you could have pulled, but for some reason they didn't want to go that route. I gotta say that my biggest problem with Detective Pikachu is that you go in expecting a Pokemon movie, and a Pokemon movie is not what you actually get, though. See, let me try and explain it this way. A Pokemon movie is like, hey, we're going to make a movie about Ash Ketchum, and he's going to go up against the 3 legendary dogs, Entei, Suicune, Raikou, or Moltres, Lugia, any of the legendary stories, anything from the past childhood that would be really successful. People would love that. Instead, they made a detective cop movie that had Pokemon in it. It's not actually a Pokemon movie. It's just a movie that has Pokemon in it. And I feel like that's where I kind of draw the line with it. But that's not to say that there was nothing good about the movie. Now, I have to say that I felt the main character, Tim Goodman, I had a hard time saying his name because he was very forgettable. I just felt like his character was very forgettable. I felt it wasn't just forgettable. He was also the things I do remember about the main character. He was just so annoying and irritable. This main character is very unlikable, and I felt that throughout the whole movie, and it was just really sad because I wanted to connect with him. I wanted to feel his pain at a deeper level, but it was just so hard because he's just the way he acted when he found out his dad was missing was just, I don't know, I found it kind of irritating. And the way, I don't know, just his rapport with Pikachu throughout the movie, to me it seemed off. To me it seemed like it didn't flow right. And to me it seemed like they didn't really care about making a good movie when making this movie. This seemed like one of those movies hey, let's make this movie because it'll make money and it'll put money in our pockets, more so than, hey, let's put out a good film that will go with the lore, go with the fan base, go with like what makes Pokemon great. And like that's the biggest thing. Um, Watching the movie a couple times in the theater, I was sitting there and I was checking my watch. That's always a bad sign. If you're checking your watch to see how much longer the movie is, it's not really a good sign that you're engaged. And I but I do gotta say, a good solid point about Detective Pikachu is that their visuals were amazing. Like, I was really afraid that the CGI was going to be really bad and the Pokemon were going to look horrible. But the Pokemon actually looked pretty real. They didn't look too cartoony. They looked pretty realistic, and I was actually kind of surprised. Like, I wasn't expecting that much. Like, they did very, very well. And I guess my general consensus is just that I felt like if you were gonna greenlit a Pokemon movie, you could have done so much more. You could have tackled a way better idea than just wasting it on a buddy cop movie that people have seen 1,000 times. The only difference is there's Pokemon in here, and then people are gonna wonder why didn't it do so well? It's like, yeah, you had Ryan Reynolds, but which, by the way, Ryan Reynolds carries this movie. Although Ryan Reynolds is more of a vulgar entertainment and comedy, he does still do very, very good comedy. He's a very good comic relief, especially in counter to his main character, the trainer, I guess we could call him, that was just very dry, very bland. Ryan Reynolds definitely carried the rest of the film, and I gotta say that without Ryan Reynolds being in the film, it would have been a total bust. But I just felt there was a lot of talent wasted. Like, Ryan Reynolds could have done so much more if he was given more to work with. And I just felt like if they would have focused more on the Pokemon world aspect, like, the Indigo League or, Team Rocket or something that would bring back the nostalgia of Pokemon that everyone loved, I felt like it would have been a better movie. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, so I guess I gotta give a good rating on this. Like, I mean, not good rating, but like a rating system. I would honestly say for like visuals and stuff. Visually, I do gotta say I was impressed by the movie. It was pretty good. Visually, I would say I would give it like an 8 out of 10. But definitely for like plot development and plot choice and character development, almost every human character in this movie was just dry and just, I didn't care about any of them. The best part of the movie is the Pokemon. Even though the movie isn't about the Pokemon, the movie's about a cop story and a cop going missing and a cop being found, or like it's just, it's not what you want from a Pokemon movie. But plot choice and just character development, I would probably have to give like a 3. So I would give, let's see. So I guess, I mean, yeah, I guess I would honestly say that Detective Pikachu is probably about a 5 out of 10. So, like I said, crushes my heart though, because I was always a huge fan of Pokemon as a kid. So hopefully they make another movie about Pokemon, but they actually make it about Pokemon. So yeah, man. So, have you guys seen Detective Pikachu? Have you not? Go hit the comments section. Let me know what you guys think about Detective Pikachu. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion. Tell me why you think it's good or why it's bad. If you are going to go see it, or just anything that you think that you can add to the conversation, just go add it to the comments section. So I hope you guys enjoyed my first video. See you guys later.